Hey guys, Seth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It's been a while since I actually designed a Battlecruiser. And this Battlecruiser is going to have the, the unlucky or unlucky job to try and take on a British battle group, consisting of a couple of destroyers and, more importantly, a British battleship. We're going to see whether my rather peculiar design for this ship is going to work out. And it is a highlight from the stream, so you might sometimes hear me interact with the stream. But that still makes this a very, very close match. It just went right down to the wire. Hope you enjoy it. Sent in by Chemo. You, a young commander from the German group, was quite successful at hunting down transports. But because you are running out of supplies, you are heading back to the captured base at Brest. The British try to intercept you. Because of the bad weather and spy information, they are successful and surprise you. They're catching you off guard and out of formation. Even though they are outnumbering you, they are a bit older ships. I think I'm going to do that one. Gecko, I see that request to do your scenario. I have already done a lot, or well, quite a few of your scenarios. At least 2, I think. At least 2. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm building a battle cruiser. I am operating as German. My year is 1935. Battle cruiser. Late Deutschland class, max displacement 16,000 tons. On a battle cruiser? That seems optimistic. I'm facing 1 battleship and 4 destroyers from the British. And they have tech of 1930. A 16,000 ton battle cruiser, is that even possible? Let's try and find out. Can you build a 16,000 ton battlecruiser? No, you can't. Even large cruisers start at 30,000 tons. So that part's never going to fly. I mean, even a light cruiser is already 10,000 tons. So it's going to be a modern battlecruiser. I might just not go with all the fancy Generation 2 items. Rangefinders. Stereoscopic, long range, acoustics, Hydro 3, advanced. No, I'm a ranging battlecruiser, so I'm going to try and keep her at range. I'll finally get around to naming this after Moleemann. Lowest I can go is 34,000 tons. Pretty small battlecruiser. Modern Tower 2 here. For weight offset needs to get balanced out. There, 0.5. Right. Funnel time. Doesn't fit. 1 funnel. Turbines 2. Oil. Forced boilers. How low can I get the turning ratio on one of these ships? 692? 603? 494? That's a fantastic turning circle on a battlecruiser. I wonder if I can make that work. Let's go with the Mark V gun, 12 inch. Although, I'm trying to sink a battleship. If that battleship's packing heavy armor, let's say 12 to 15 inches of belt armor at range, I won't be able to hit that. Or, well, I might be able to hit that, but I won't be able to pen that. So it's going to have to be something bigger than 12 inch. I think something more in the region of 14 to 16 inch. This is going to penetrate 14.8, 16.2, 17.1... 18.8, 20.2. If I stick to long-range gunnery, That might even work better, because then I can use the deck penetration. And this thing is going to pen at 20,000 meter range, 16.2 inches of deck. It just doesn't fit. Not even the 15-inch fit. Alright, in that case, let's see if I can make a heresy design. And this is what I call a heresy design. A mismatch of guns. 6 16-inch and 6 12-inch. The 12-inch firing significantly faster, especially if I upgrade that with semi-auto loaders and electrical turrets, at 26.5 seconds. These taking 52 seconds. These will be effective at shorter ranges. These will be effective at greater ranges. Unfortunately, I seem to have a fairly heavy aft weight offset. And now I have a 4 weight offset. 2.6. 2.9. Oh, come on. It's beautiful. Is it really? There. Right. Destroyers. How am I going to tackle destroyers? I don't think that 8-inch fits in. Yeah, it fits here. Two-inch. Sorry, 5-inch dual. And I'm relying on expert German accuracy here. Let's move that thing a bit further here. Gives this thing a better firing arc. Starboard weight offset, 3.2. Aft weight offset 0.5. That's something I can perfectly live with. Light shells. Double bottom. Full barbette thickness at 3. Krupp armor to 4. Very heavy citadel. All or nothing. Reinforced bulkheads and anti-flood 1. Many bulkheads. The ship now turns at 475 meters at full... What? Okay. I dragged this up in hope that I could just make it work, and I can. Oh, remember that you are low on ammunition, as said in the scenario. Okay, so reduced shells then. Yeah, because you were already at sea for a while, now your ammunition is down to half. If you are lower than half, you must hold the gun shooting. What? So you mean that if I have less than half of my ammo, so less than, let's say, about 100, I should entirely hold fire? How am I going to sink a battleship then? Why, with torpedoes, of course. Come on. Can I fit a quintuple in here? Yes. Nope, not there. Like that. This gives me almost a complete forward-firing torpedo arc. This gives me, again, a forward-firing torpedo arc, but also a very good stern arc. So between these, I should be able to torp almost anything that happens to get into range. I'm going to make those electric torpedoes, which reduces range, increases accuracy, but also makes them very hard to spot, although they are slow. So if the enemy does spot them, they will be pretty much, well, almost completely capable of spotting and evading them. There is one problem that I have, and that's that I outrace my own torpedoes. I don't quite like that. If I go for fast torps, I only have a range of 9.8. I'm not very eager at trying to get to 9.8 kilometer range against a battleship. Not in a battlecruiser, despite the fact that this battlecruiser is pretty heavily armored. This is going to get me extra torpedo range. And doesn't seem to do much with the speed. Yeah. Just slow down. No. We're not going to slow down. We're going to keep the speed up. Can I add a couple of 4 inches, 3 inches on here? Although, actually, I'm not even too scared of destroyers in this one. Because I just... Well, unless I catch a very fast destroyer, they're not going to catch me. I outrun enemy destroyers. Let's go with a bit more deck armor. And mostly turret armor, because I think that those are most likely to get hit. Turret top, maybe about 6 inch? 7? 7. 7.5. Okay. This is the Moleemann class ship. And it's a battlecruiser which has both 12-inch and 16-inch guns, torpedo tubes, 5-inch guns against destroyers, and 3-inch guns against destroyers. She's going to be a really curious build. Let's go. I'm not sure if I updated the starting range on this one relative to the previous scenario, though. So I really hope that I don't instantly just snap into position 10 kilometers away from the battleship. Which I did. Uh-oh. And I find myself at the mercy of something that resembles a Nelson, save for the stern turret. She's looking at me all angry like. Hard starboard. We need to get away from this guy as quickly as possible. Destroyer, V2. Already sent out torpedoes. That's fast. Well, they're 21.8 kilometer range, I guess. 4-inch guns. And I still have more torpedoes to play with. They're all the same type. Yeah, of course they are. Look at this. This is a fast boy. 40 knots. Just trying to keep up with the big guy, I think. Slow down a bit. Set a smoke screen. You're going to be torping the battleship. Well, we're all going to be torping the battleship, including Moleemann. And over here we have the light cruiser Mains, which has torpedoes. Bow and stern. And she has 7-inch guns. Quite a lot of them, in fact. Mostly positioned on the stern. And 2-inch guns to deal with some light threats. Your range, 22-1 even. You're going to hold fire and you're going to smoke up. Let's go. Moleemann, your target is the battleship. The battleship is firing. The 12-inch guns are already opening up. 16-inch guns as well. 16 and 22% chance to hit. At a range of 7.7 kilometers, I am getting really nervous about the safety of this battlecruiser. I started way too close. I think the scenario here has a starting range of 150,000 meters. I can't do that. I can do 15,000, but not 150. This is the most dangerous point, because I'm now going broadside to the battleship. At least I should get a quick identification on her. We've got a massive torpedoes coming out of the Moleemann from the destroyers. The light cruiser, I want you to target this, what I think is a destroyer coming at me, because it was one battleship and a bunch of destroyers. Shit, that battleship's maneuvering. Moleemann at a speed of 35 knots, powering through the turn. Desperately trying to keep her turrets on target. Uh-oh, here comes the shells. Don't hurt me now. Oh, narrowly avoided. Just flew over the target. We have set a fire and change on that warship, that British battleship. But it's really nothing very serious. Alright. We survived our first turn. V1. I need you to send out torpedoes. You're going to continue here. Main's going to continue there. How this torp's looking? Not very good. This one is just going to miss. This is probably also going to miss. Going to pass by the battleship on their stern. Against the destroyers, I don't have any hope for random hits either. Come on. I want to see torpedoes in the water. And I know you have them, V1. A lot of them. There's no chance that you're going to hit a friendly. Proceed. Why is she not firing? Yeah, secondaries on this destroyer here. Identification is halfway through. Hold on, are you turning away? If she's turning away, she's making a mistake. Because all of her firepower is concentrated on her bow. So if she's turning away, then she cannot use 75% of her firepower. There we go. V1 has finally decided to pitch in. Battlecruiser, maintain speed and range. V2. I want you guys to keep more or less moving back and forth. Although you don't need to be this close. Increase back to flank speed. Make yourself hard to hit. Mains? I'm not even going to bother sending out one torpedo. It's not really any use. That torpedo screen? Yeah, is over there. Identification 66%, 63%. So identification of the destroyer, that's a big destroyer by the way, is actually quite more forthcoming. Gun, gun, gun. 5-inch singular. Torp, torp, torp. Lovely. Now, the torpedoes from the V1 could pose a threat to the destroyers, depending entirely on when these guys are going to pick them up. Smokescreen's about to run out. Slow down a bit. I know speed is life for a battlecruiser, but this thing is making the mistake of just turning tail. And by doing so, it just can't really do that much against my ship. At least, that's the working theory. This destroyer is going to have a problem. Whether it detects the torpedoes or not, it is going to have to pull some sort of really fancy maneuver if she wants to avoid that. Are these easy to spot? No, they're not. Oh, hold on, she's turning. And avoiding. I thought she was just going to keep sailing. The battleship might, though. The Moleemann is still seemingly building her accuracy up. Or trying to. But the target... The battleship supposedly has fast speed? Okay. And I thought I was fast. I mean, this ship is fast. At 44 knots tops. Yep, we got the ambuscade. With sonar 3 no less. And it happens to run right into 2 torpedoes. 1 and 2. Ambuscade hits for 1500 damage. Starts flooding from bow to stern. and is very much on her way down to the bottom of the ocean. One less. These destroyers have a range of 15 kilometers. That does make them a threat. And we got the Temeraire over here. 16-inch guns. 13-inch belt armor. With 108%, so that's 26 inches of armor. If I hit this ship, I'm going to hit the bow belt extended. So I'm trying to punch through 26 inches of belt armor. If I want to do that, I'm going to have to be at 7.5 kilometer range. Which is very optimistic. And mildly suicidal. At least I think I reload these 16-inch guns faster than they do. They reload in 67 seconds. And I reload in 46 seconds. So she probably does not have autoloaders. Enhanced reloading, but not auto-loading. So it's only going to be a high explosive what we're firing for the next foreseeable future. Mains, just follow the battlecruiser, if you can keep up at all. And the destroyers... Almost all torpedoes are ready to go, at least on the V2. V1 seems to have taken a hit. Just the one 8-inch shell from a battleship, over-penetrated. How good is the Temeraire at spotting torpedoes? Sonar 3. Okay. That's less than ideal. Moleemann, we're going to try and turn around again a bit. Not charge in too fast. That's not part of the plan. Torpedo range 21.7, so you can torpedo them. Might as well then. That way I can more or less get a cross drop on this battleship. Only save when you think you're going to hit. Or when you launch when you think you're going to hit. Bingo. A few launches. Unfortunately, I'm running low on torpedoes. Did you go with reduced torpedoes? Reduced ammo torps. Oh no. That is not a good idea. Oh, you're screening. That's a really bold move. Might very well get you killed. I wonder when the Lennox is going to spot those torpedoes. I am, however, getting way close. V1, save. Target Temeraire. Get out of here, guys. It's getting a bit risky. Moleemann is still engaging the Temeraire. Temeraire is still engaging the Moleemann as well. Lennox has detected the torpedoes and is avoiding. These DDs are so good at spotting enemy torpedoes, my torpedoes, that they're just constantly getting out of the way. So it's going to be gunfighting more than torpedoes in this case. And those torpedoes from the enemy are not finding their way to me yet. Although this one is. The Obdurate has launched. Mastiff has also just launched. Let's have her speed up. Full speed, back to 44 knots. She should be able to get up there pretty quick. Engine efficiency is high. She has her auxiliary engines, which can also help produce more power. 31 knots, 33.2, 33.3, 33.5. Accuracy is decent. Fin guy, yes, this will be the last scenario for tonight. Because I imagine it's going to take me a while. Temeraires just completely avoided the torpedoes again. There is more on the way, though. I can probably make one more torpedo attack with V1 and V2. But I think that's the last of it before I run out of ammo. Temeraire's trying to fight off with 8-inch guns. How many do you have? Just 2. 2 turrets. Range to the destroyers. 8.7. Torpedo launch from Moleemann. Port flank. Secondaries against the Mastiff. There's the torpedo. My speed is now at 36. Oh, there's a second salvo in the water. And a third. I'm going to have to try and avoid this. I'm going to have to try and turn in. Because turning out is going to take me too long. I don't think I can bleed off speed very quickly. Short of just throwing my rudder in around. I can never squeeze through that. So I'm probably going to eat one torpedo here. Rudder amidships. Hold on. No, I'm going to get hit. Shit. Oh. That was not on the belt, was it? Yeah, that was mid-belt. What sort of a blisteringly powerful torpedo are you launching? 22-inch only? Could have fooled me, dude. Damn, that hurt. At least I'll now also avoid the other ones. Ooh. There goes the speed as well. Trying to dodge that. And not successfully avoiding all of them. It's going to cost me speed. And speed in the case of this ship is life. Whoops. No, I didn't mean to turn you. How are the torpedoes looking on the Temeraire? Where are the torpedoes that were aimed at the Temeraire? Gone. Right. And the scenarios are vaping, or the destroyers are vaping again. Making it pretty damn difficult to get a lock on those. Temeraire is turning to port, so these torpedoes can also be ignored. Range 7.3. I don't have all my torpedo launchers ready yet. I'm going to have to be more patient. Flooding is under control. I have one damaged engine. I can still do about 30 knots, but that is it. And I don't think I can actually do damage against the Temeraire. She just has too much armor and too much ability to predict my torpedoes, or at least see them coming, not even predict. Just flat out see them coming for me to be able to land them. I mean, I can try with this salvo here. Oh. The Mastiff also saw them coming, but didn't act. V2. V1. Launch when ready. V1 launched. V2, come on. I want one big salvo. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. V2. Hello? V2 is just once again flat out refusing to launch without giving me a good reason why. I mean, these torpedo tubes are ready to launch. This one's ready to launch, that one, that one. Angle is good. I'm at an almost 90-degree flat angle to the Temeraire. There you go. That's it. Smoke screen up and turn out. Hold off on the torpedoes again. There is a salvo coming in from the destroyers that might cause problems for the Lennox, but of which I doubt it'll pose a problem to the Temeraire, because she's going to be passing that point already. Well, the destroyers are pretty fast. Lennox. Are you going to get away with it? Yes, it is. Lennox avoided. And I have no idea where my other torpedoes are. Range against the battleship is now 15 clicks relative to the Moleemann. Gunpowder is going to be insufficient. I think the only thing that's going to save me is torpedoes. Speaking of... Where's that other... Here's the other salvo. That just goes to show it how much those battleships are maneuvering. Or battleship, singular. What's your turning circle? 616 meters? On a battleship? That battleship turns faster than my battlecruiser. That is impressive. That is not an easy thing to do. Do you have auxiliary engines or something? Shaft 3, auxiliary 2. Okay. Color me impressed. It's not something, not really something you see normally on these ships. Temeraire still has 1,400 rounds versus my 300 and 226. Good luck with that. Oh no. That was a torpedo tube that got destroyed. Or rather, probably a whole torpedo launcher. No, just one torpedo, I think. Although this one looks a little toasty. Look at how that thing is almost just submerging itself. Temeraire, please take a hint and get hit. You have anti-torp 1, so you're not going to be doing much to negate the damage from the torpedoes. And you have standard bulkheads. Do I want to force a gun duel against the destroyers? With my destroyers? They have single barrel 4-inch and a lot of triple 3-inch. My destroyers have 2 dual 4-inch and a 2-inch. I don't think so. I don't want to fight those. Unfortunately, it might not be up to me. Because while my DDs are fast at 40.5, their DDs are faster at 41.5. We do have one quintuple ready. And a quadruple here. Here are the torpedoes. They're still way away. On the one hand, I want to get closer to the battleship. On the other hand, I'm really reluctant to. But I think that unless I actually get a bunch of lucky torpedo hits, I'm not going to be capable of sinking that ship. She is just too powerful. Oh, there goes the mains. Destroyer hit her with a torpedo. Okay. At least it wasn't one of my destroyers. I wonder if I can hit the Lennox with torpedoes. I rather doubt it, but it might be worth a try. If you can get a ram on that battleship, I sanction it. That's going to be difficult, to say the least. It might be possible, though. Trying to get a ram on the Temeraire. Because her 16-inch guns don't fire that often. And her 8-inch don't fire that often either. At 20.9 seconds, they're pretty slow. But the ship has already taken quite a beating. And it's going to be... Well, it's going to be a challenge to get in there with the ship intact. Maybe if I can force her to slow down by getting hit by a torp, then it might be possible. Did you launch? Yeah, you launched. V1 launched. V2 did not. Oh, she just did. Against the destroyers. If only she was faster. That would have been very helpful. I wonder when the Temeraire is going to spot these torps. And these. And potentially when she's going to react to them. Because she's shown that she's both A, capable of detecting, and B, very good at avoiding. Very, very good indeed. Let's charge in. I think that's the only hope. 10 kilometers out. At 13 knots. I'm going to be closing that gap pretty quick. These things are so incredibly agile. Have you seen the torpedoes yet, Lennox? You have not. Oh, that's the one that sunk the mains, by the way. That's the culprit right there. Oh, incoming torpedoes. Shit. Hard to port. Throw that rudder around. 35 degrees left. I think I might have to force a gun duel with the destroyers as well. Because that's the only way that I can get close enough to actually land a torpedo on them. So the V2 and the V1, despite not suitable for such an action, are going to have to push in. Temeraire has taken a torpedo hit. She has taken on some water and is continuing to flood. Range has been reduced to 8 kilometers. And there is another torpedo salvo on the way. Now, as the Temeraire is slowing down, that might save her from the next torpedoes. She's also once again turning away, making it more difficult for her to get all those guns to bear. Recently I've not been hit. Of course the big question is, how long is that going to maintain true? How long is that going to stay true? She's might see that torpedo coming right there. The problem I am having is that I'm trying to force 2 encounters at the same time. That's risky. Temeraire has flooded to 77% buoyancy. With anti-flood 1, no 2, anti-flood 2, she can pump out that water pretty quick. Range 8 clicks. Speed still 29 knots. Hold on, she's turning back to port. That super firing turret is a 360. She can turn that all the way around. That's problematic. What's my chance to hit and pen this ship? Probably not good enough. Oh, she's gonna eat another torpedo. She lumbered into the range. Go on. Don't fight it. Only dreams now. Or at least my dream of hitting you with a torpedo, but it's gonna get very, very close. Rudder? No, it dodged it! Oh, that's frustrating. That's torpedo. Look at how that ship was listing to avoid that single torpedo right there. And now she's bringing her guns back to bear. Oh no. Her speed should be getting reduced. 26 knots. So I'm closing in, but not fast enough. Any torpedoes spotted here? Enemy launched? No, nothing yet. Both ships, target the obdurate. Range 7.5. My belt armor is not nearly as good as her belt armor. Her belt armor is 13 inches with a 108% bonus. Mine is a 118% bonus of a 7-inch belt. And there's torpedoes incoming. That's the last thing that I needed. At least I got enough warning. 6.6. But it's going to open me up to a broadside from the Temeraire. Don't hit me. Secondaries against the Lennox. This is going to be painful if it hits. V2, status. Range 3.8. I'm really going to have to do 2 encounters at the same time. Target obdurate. Try not to get hit. That goes for everybody. Although I don't think it's up to you anymore. Lennox is not ready with the torpedoes. Obdurate is ready with the torpedoes, but the Lennox is in the way relative to the battlecruiser. So she'll probably not dare launch. But at the same time, if I'm going to launch against the Temeraire, the destroyers are in the way, giving even more warning to the Temeraire. Oh, good hit. Good hit on the Temeraire. She's on fire. That was penned by the 16-inch gun. Chance to pen? 40%. Range, 4.6 kilometers out. It's going to be close. Torpedo launch. Origin, obdurate. Hard to port. Only send out those fish if you think you can hit. Now, while I was rushing the destroyers, I'm accidentally getting the V2 in launching range of the Temeraire. Or, well, pretty much a delivery range. I'm going to have the V2 try and do a drive-by against the Temeraire, which is currently engaging a destroyer. I can still put up a smoke screen. Launch from Moleemann. I wonder when they're going to pick that up. Not yet. Temeraire's hit. Moleemann's not getting out unscathed either. She just took a 16-inch hit that hit her for 669 damage. There is the slight chance that I'll run into my own torpedoes with a V2, but I think that I'll be long gone before those hit me. Range 1.1. I have a quintuple torpedo tube with your name on it. Temeraire. If this hits, it's going to put the Temeraire down for good. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. The torpedoes here are looking good too. V2. Anytime now. Yes! V2 has sent out her torpedoes. That's 4 torpedoes racing towards the Temeraire from one side, and another 6 to 8 from the other side. She's toast. I won't even need the V1 for this one. Bingo. That's 4 hits. Temeraire's flooding, stem to stern. And here comes the deadly blow, to be delivered by Moleemann. Oops! Did not see that coming. I hit the belt and caused a penetration. And then engine 1 got damaged, the main gun got destroyed, the engine, or the ship's on fire, the rudder got damaged, and she got a flash fire, and she's done. Wow. Not the outcome I was expecting. Definitely not the outcome I was expecting. And chat is saying, "You were free, my turret! Fly away!" Which is exactly what it's doing. Now, if I can get an accidental hit with a torpedo against the Lennox or the Obdurate, I think that that's going to be just the cherry on the cake. I just don't think it's going to be working out. Because the Obdurate and the Lennox are not checking to see if the Moleemann can pull off a trick like that again. Which I think is the right choice. Speaking of tricks, they both have torpedoes. Now the V2 is now a gunboat. She has nothing other than guns. The V1 still has one quintuple launcher ready. Lennox is racing away. I think that the DDs are calling it a day and just leaving the battle. And at this point, I can't really blame them for that either. Because who wouldn't want to just run when they saw that a battleship just got run down by a destroyer. And then torpedoed from the other side as well. There goes the Temeraire. Doesn't sound like a very British name, by the way. Temeraire. Come on, Obdurate. You're gonna make me dance around your oh, you are gonna make me dance around your torpedoes, Lennox. I was wondering when that's gonna happen. Cue the dance music. There's another launch from the Lennox. Finally, the Obdurate got hit. V1, slightly to starboard, slightly back to port. And you're good to go. Moleemann, however, might have to make a small course correction. Engine damage on the Obdurate. Moleemann's fine. Need you back over here. More dancing coming in. This is going to be tricky. Let's see, these are going to continue on this way. These are going to continue on that way. So I just need to make myself scarce and turn hard to starboard. Can I do a drive-by shooting against the destroyer? If I can, it's going to be against the Lennox, because the Obdurate's already heavily damaged. Oh, Temeraire does have a long history in British naval history. British Royal Navy. Okay. This launch is going to be annoying. I'm going to hand off V2 to the AI, because I don't really need it myself. As long as she doesn't accidentally run into a torpedo salvo. Alright, that's good enough. Back to port. Finish off the Obdurate. Lennox is still reloading her torpedoes, so now the V1 can push in. The Obdurate is trying to return fire against the V1, but seems to be missing most, if not all, of her shots. Alright, I avoided all of the torpedoes so far, and this spread is also going to pass by harmlessly. How much damage did the ship do? She did 3k, she took 1.5. The destroyer... the destroyer took 141 damage, and dealt 1600. And this one dealt 4k with the torpedoes, and got hit for 148. V1, pay attention. We're going to do another torpedo run. Where is your launcher? Over there. Oh. Okay. Torpedo launch. When ready. Obdurate sinks. Torpedoes away from V1. Good luck dodging that, my dear Lennox. Good luck. I'm surprised that it didn't die on impact. I'm surprised that took the ship not immediately out. There we go. Victory to the Germans. Having lost only one light cruiser. Good battle. Good scenario. And that was sent in by Chemo. Thank you for sending that in. I really enjoyed that. Alright, that is all for this scenario.